So we're going to start working on the first section in here. So if we look at the image, we've got this banner across the top that you want to do. So realistically, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, but obviously there's 2 things in these ones. Technically 2 if we're going to do that dot. Right, so this is where your first unordered list is going to come in handy. Now obviously we're going to call this, we're going to give this a class so we can position it, and because we're going to have more than one unordered list. Infolinks, I guess we'll call it. Right, so in terms of this here, each item has an unordered list. So this one here is, we just have a p tag. Like, it's probably actually got a link around it as well. So if I wanted to put a link around it, ahref equal empty tag, and then let me just grab the A, please. Right, yeah. Oops. Oh, wow. Right. Okay. And then in here, it was latest. I'm guessing the dot will keep out of the tag if we want. Which I have to put that in. Class equals dot. Just zoom this back a wee bit. There we go. Right. So we got that is 1. Then these are, we don't need that class. Have that href though. So let's have a look here. Right, so then we had an image. So this was image source equals images. Oh, I don't want the banner in there. I just want the image 1. Right, obviously these images are going to come in huge because I haven't resized them and pre-done these. Obviously for something where you're having really small images like this, you would probably pre-size these thumbnails down because there's no point loading an image this big and then just telling it to be this small because it's just load times and stuff. Even though the internet's pretty fast, it just makes things run smoother. Alright, so what did that first one say roughly? Why I should leave London right now? Okay. Why you should leave London right now. There's a bomb coming. Run. Right, okay. And then there was 3 more of those. 2, 3. Okay. So we got our info. We've got all of our pieces in there. And then we need to try and position it. And go from there. So let's see what kind of a strange train wreck it turns this into. Bah! Right, so we got latest, and I've got all this big giant stuff there. And then now it's kind of squashed and resized this one. So it was under top info links, right? I'll chuck it. I'll kind of do the page a little bit chronologically. So we've got top. Right, so grid dash column equals 1 through to 4. Grid dash row equals 1. Right, and then we're going to say grids. Oh, what the heck happened there? Oh, press bump page down. I really don't like this keyboard. Oh no, I didn't. Grid dash. Let's say display grid, because this is going to be a grid as well. So we're going to basically make this is 1 item, 2 item, 3 item, 4 item, 5 item in the grid, and then we're going to make in the grid. These are going to have sub items, right? Right. So in terms of that, display grids dash templates columns repeat 5 fraction. Grid dash template dash auto, just be whatever height you need to be, but just one of you. I don't even know if I really need that, but this kind of encourages things. Okay, then what we're going to do is go dot Infolinks li image, and I'm going to say width is about, I don't know, 30 pixels, because they're not exactly big. Right, let's see. Here we go. So we got this tidied up, and those are squares, so I'm just going to make this squares. Right, and maybe slightly smaller. Let's just tweak them down to 25. Okay. So you got that there. These are acting like links. So in terms of this here, let's try and see how we can start affecting things. So let's grab the first one. Let me see. So I want to grab this first item, give it a background color of red. So .infolinks li first child, that's how you grab the first one without having to give that a special class of being the first. You can also number them, go nth child and actually put the number in, so if you want a third list item, or you can do odds or evens. There's actually a few different ways to select things without having to give lots and lots of classes to stuff. Background color, dark red, oops, no, can't. Color, white. Let's see what that gets us. Whoops. I'm leaking right here. There we go. Okay. So this here, I need to change how they lay out next to each other. So the quickest way is to let p tags not try and separate lines. So if I go .infolinks p display inline dash block, that should let them sit next to each other. There you go. Right. And I'm going to go margin 5 pixels. Right, that looks all good. Info A. No, do I want that? Oh, okay. Info Control. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is grab this, which I know is in a p tag, but it's also an a, but it's the first list item one. So I'm just going to go to list item dot first child a. Color white. Because that color white above didn't seem to do anything besides that. Ah, there we go. Okay. Info links. Okay. We're going to say align items center. Right, they're centered. Okay, and I'm going to give a smaller font size. Font dash size, like 8 pixels. Color black. Hopefully it doesn't override this one. Yes, it did. That's why I'll just try and put the order there. See if that fixes that. Oh, seriously. Okay. 10. Right, okay. So when you're trying to select something like this and you've been kind of overridden, the way to try and figure out what's the best way to select this is normally quite nice and easy. So we got this Control Shift I, go on your inspector, click on it. Infolinks LIP AP. Okay. AP. And then obviously I've got a class of dot, so hopefully that one there should be straightforward. Dot. Fine. Oh wow. Oh, that's just frustrating. Maybe if I take it out of the p tag. Ah, then I've lost my class. Oh no, I did get it. Oh no, it was because it was highlighted. Oh well, I'll get you yet. Okay, anyway, let's go. Let's leave that one in the meantime. There's no point getting really fussed over tiny things like this. These ones here is the next ones we want to sort. So Infolinks li, we want to give also a display of block. So dot Infolinks li display grids dash template columns, and I'm just going to say auto. Well, that's system. Oh wow. One fr grid dash template rows. One fr go. Why are you not doing this? Let's have a look what's happened in here. Yes, because this is surrounded this by an H. Okay. Tell you what, we'll do this. We'll make the image the link only, because it's just going to be a bit frustrating. So the reason why this has become a problem is this has become one tag, and it was surrounding both things, and so it really wasn't splitting them as two separate. It was basically saying, oh, everything's inside the A, and the A tag just sits. So there you go. Now they're sitting there. Let's change the there from 1FR to FR to auto. There we go. So the auto will mean if this wants to be longer, it can be. So you stretch, you can see that's getting like that. Right. I'm going to take this off. So it's going to fill that, and then these. Align items center, or that. Put it back anyway. That, let's have a wee look through. The image, sorry, I need to get this one. The image is probably actually pretty center. Ah, I see the image is not. Oh no, the image is given 25, 25. Oh, right. Let's tell these to go justify items. What do we want it to be? We want it to be not center, stretch. Must be stretch. Right. That's largely what it had, particularly when you do this. Space between. Sure, if I'm looking in here, there's one called space between. Justify content. Ha! There you go. I knew there was one that was feeling off. Right. Okay. And this one here is going to be first item. Justify self start. There you go. And I add a bit of padding. Top bottom 0 pixels, left right 10 pixels. Right, there's there. So this is now looking a lot closer to what we had. Let's have a wee look at our picture we're going at. So you can see there it's pretty close. I've added a bit more spacing in here. That looks like it's actually aligned left because there's a bigger gap than there is there. So that should be aligned start then. Justify items. Start. Oh, that's for that. Yes. Infolinks. Let's see what you're doing to me. Yeah. Okay, so let's look. Your Infolinks. Ah, right, because they're auto, because they're one fraction, that's why. See how they're filling out a set space? Where if I put this to auto, it'll fill out the there. There we go. Right, so let's fix that. That's what that issue was there. Right, and then obviously we need to space them a wee bit because they're really mushed. So there we want. Right, yeah, we'll put it here. Margin dash left. Ah, you know what? You know what? Just give it a good. Will that do all sides? No, I should just do the middle. Grid dash gap. Top bottom 0 pixels, left right 10 pixels. Oh yes, come on. Right, there we go. So if I turn the grid off so we're not seeing it so in your face. There you go. There's that, and particularly when obviously I resize this out. There's your. Oh, let's just, if we chuck this to the bottom. Why is that so big? Why is that first one so big? Infolinks. That one there is clearly not filling up that much space. And it's told just self-start. Just doing nothing for it anyway, because that one's, they're all start. Interesting. This is why you can spend a lot of time fiddling. But right, I could do the dot if I really wanted, but it's just all right, we'll do the dot, because how far into the record are we? No, we're in 23 minutes. We don't need the dot. Right, so that is there getting a subgrid and another subgrid inside that, because we've actually got also the li. Oops, I'll take it off that one. I'll put it on there, so you can see. There's your pink grid that's doing all that, and then in the green there's a grid in there as well, sitting there. You can do things like flexbox, which you can start helping for positioning as well, but display flex, which is perfectly nice for some things as well. But it's just one less thing to try and figure out.